Imagine a world where faith isn't just personal, but political. A time when religion dictated alliances, wars, and the destinies of nations. Welcome to the Crusades, a saga of epic battles, unwavering beliefs, and relentless controversy. Over 2 centuries, these campaigns reshaped the world, leaving a legacy we still grapple with today. The origins of the Crusades. The story begins in 1095, in an era where Europe was deeply Christian. The Church held immense power, and the Pope's word could spark revolutions. At the time, the Byzantine Empire, modern-day Turkey, was under siege by Muslim Seljuk Turks. Emperor Alexios I sent a desperate plea for help to Pope Urban II. What he got was more than he bargained for. In a fiery sermon, Pope Urban called for a holy war to reclaim Jerusalem and the Holy Land from Muslim control. He promised spiritual rewards, eternal salvation for anyone who joined the fight. The response? Overwhelming. Knights, peasants, and nobles alike rallied under the banner of the cross, sparking the First Crusade. The First Crusade, a bloody victory. This wasn't a Sunday stroll. The Crusaders marched thousands of miles battling hunger, disease, and enemy forces along the way. But in 1099, after years of hardship, they reached Jerusalem. What followed was both a triumph and a tragedy. The Crusaders captured Jerusalem, but their methods were brutal. Historical accounts describe rivers of blood as they slaughtered Muslims, Jews, and even Christians in their quest to purify the city. Was this divine justice or sheer barbarity? That's a question historians still debate. The later Crusades, a mixed legacy. The First Crusade was just the beginning. Over the next 2 centuries, Europe launched 8 major crusades. Some were more successful than others. The Third Crusade, for example, featured iconic figures like Richard the Lionheart and Saladin, a Muslim leader known for his chivalry and military genius. Saladin's recapture of Jerusalem in 1187 marked a turning point. Despite being adversaries, Richard and Saladin held mutual respect, even exchanging gifts during the campaign. Their story is a rare example of humanity amid the horrors of war. But not all crusades were so noble. The Fourth Crusade, for instance, never even reached the Holy Land. Instead, the Crusaders sacked Constantinople, a Christian city, devastating one of the greatest capitals of the medieval world. This betrayal deepened the divide between Eastern Orthodox and Roman Catholic Christian, the impact and controversy. So, what did the Crusades achieve? On the surface, they were a failure. The Holy Land ultimately remained under Muslim control, but their impact was far-reaching. The Crusades opened up trade routes, introduced Europe to Eastern knowledge, and even spurred the Renaissance. Yet they also left a legacy of distrust and conflict between Christians and Muslims, a legacy that echoes in modern geopolitics. Some argue the Crusades were a necessary defense against Muslim expansion. Others see them as an excuse for greed and violence, cloaked in religion. Whatever your perspective, there's no denying their complexity. Act 5. Lessons from the past. History isn't just about the past. It's a mirror reflecting our present. The Crusades remind us of the dangers of mixing faith with politics and the cost of viewing the other as an enemy. In a world still grappling with religious and cultural divides, perhaps their greatest lesson is one of caution. The Crusades were a clash of ideals and identities, but they also show us the power of belief, for better or worse. As we move forward, let's strive to understand the past, not to repeat it, but to build a better future.